Hey, cats and kittens, chicks and chickens, it's your buddy Mo Lykit, bringing you another edition of Mo's Half-Assed Reviews. In this edition of Mo's Half-Assed Review, we're going to be taking a look at the brand spanking new Tier 7 Premium German destroyer, the Z-39, Z-39. Can't mess that name up. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, baby. But as in all editions of Mo's Half-Assed Review, we're not going to show you a lot of gameplay until we get up close and personal with the Z-39 in port. I like the ship. I like it a lot. It's a very good looking ship. I like the camo, very clean, not too busy. It's got some good looking camo on her. It's a very good looking ship. The ship, after playing it a little bit, reminds me a lot of the Eagle, honestly, and this is why. Look at these hit points. 19,600 HP. That is a shit ton of HP. Let's look at the other Tier 7 DDs I have in port. The Akatsuki comes in with 13,100 hit points. The Sims is coming in with 13,800. The Leningrad at 15,200. And the Blisk is at 15,500. So 19,600 hit points compared to the other Tier 7s. That's a ton. Just like the Eagle at 17,000. Just tons more hit points. Tons more. It's got the 150 millimeter guns. It's got a double gun front turret and two single firing back turrets. Good fire chance. Slow traverse. Decent range. And 7.5 second reload. It's just not the best guns that have ever been in the game. I never liked the 150s, and I still don't like them. The torpedoes, decent range at 8.5 kilometers, decent speed at 65. The damage, 14,400. You got a good reload at 81 seconds. Not terrible. The AA, which was something that was kind of featured about it, it's good, but it's all really short range. It knocks out spotter planes, it knocks out catapult fighters, but if a CV wants to come after you, it ain't like you're going to eat a bunch of frickin' squadrons out of the air. Maneuverability, it's got a nice top speed at 37.8. It's got a horrible turning circle, and it's got a really slow rudder shift. It's not agile. It's not very maneuverable. And I think that's why they gave it so many hit points. Your concealment gets it down to 6.1 with the upgrade and the captain skill. But the one thing about the concealment that I noticed, 3.3 kilometers from smoke. Now with the 150s, you get a little bit more detection from firing in smoke than your typical DD. Something to think about when you're playing this boat, because you're not going to be used to that. And I noticed it a couple times while playing it. You don't get any extra torpedo or gun choices. You get what you get. I took, of course, the concealment mod because this is more of a torp boat than it is a gun boat. You have some other choices. I would have taken steering gears mod 3 if the guns reloaded and the turrets worked. I might have tried to run it as a gun boat, but with the slow reload and terrible traverse, it's just not a gun boat. I took steering gears, and with steering gears, that's what got my rudder shift down to 3.6, which is still not good. Aiming system, you know, it's got an AA thing there. I don't have any more of the special hydro mods. If I get another one, I'm going to put it on it. But, damage control, that's the best thing I can think of. And of course I took the magazine debt upgrade to save myself some debt flags on my mid-tier premiums. As far as the consumable goes, you get what you get. Just load your premium versions of these. There's nothing hidden, nothing special. You know, 4.44 kilometer hydro, 3.12 kilometer torp, lasts for 96 seconds. Again, nothing special here. There's no hidden, there's no defensive fire, there's no torp reload, nothing. You get what you get. So just premium them up and call it good with the consumables. I respect my Scharnhorst captain because my Z-46 captain just wasn't working with this one because he does have IFHE. Priority target I took for the one skill. I took Jack of all trades to get my consumables to reload quicker. Expert marksman is a must with the slow traverse of these turrets. Adrenaline rush. And of course, last stand. No DD should ever be without last stand. Took torpedo armament expertise because faster torps, more torps. Took demo expert, which got my fire chance up to 14%, which is pretty damn nice for a DD. And of course, concealment expert. Again, I had my Z-46 captain on here for a little bit, but you know, IFHE does absolutely nothing for guns over 139, so if you're running it or if you have a captain with IFHE and you put it on it, you're just wasting those skill points that you could be putting on towards something else to make it act a little nicer. But, you know, that's it, man. That's the Z-39. It is... it's good. It's not great. I just haven't got it to do anything spectacular just yet. I've played it about a dozen times. You know, going into a cap, I've got two DDs. I've got a Mahan and a Moss and an Alsace running in. Another problem I had with this DD was I kept getting bottom tiered, and being bottom tiered is not fun in this boat. You will also notice in some of this gameplay, my engine gets knocked out constantly. I'm thinking about changing that damage control party to the propulsion mod because my engine seems to just go out all the time. Kind of like the French cruisers, how the steering gears, you know, just go away, you know, all the time. Every time you get shot, you lose your steering gears. It just seems the same. Now, remember what I was talking about before with that 3.3 kilometer detection when firing from smokes? Now I've got this Alsace who's kind of butt rushing me, and I'm trying to get shots on this Mahan that's hiding behind the island there. In any other DD, I could wait for this Alsace to get a lot closer before I had to worry about getting proximity spotted from firing in my smoke. I wouldn't have to worry about it at all. But as you'll see, as this Alsace gets just a little bit closer, I'm already going to start getting proximity spotted. Yep, the Alsace is close enough, so he sees me, and his secondaries start going after me. And, you know, you see these guns, they're not the most accurate guns. They're not putting a big hurt down on these DDs like I wish they would. You know, you'd think 150 millimeter guns, you'd just be going blah and just freaking shitting all over these guys. I'm not seeing it, guys. I'm not seeing it. The guns work. They're better than Jap guns, but you know what? That's about all you can say about it. I just haven't found the guns just to be something to rely on. They're there when you need them, but this is a torpedo boat. This is a torpedo boat that moves like a gunboat, that has the hit points of a gunboat, but it is not a gunboat. Now in this game, I had a Fubuki division that I got to play with a little bit, and you'll see that, you know, against a Fubuki, I can gunboat it. But, you know, looking at the performance of the guns, again, I'm just not impressed. I'm having fun in the ship. I'm enjoying playing it. I like using the hydro. I like using the tools that it has. I really like German DDs. They're a lot of fun. I really wish that this would have came with the 128 millimeter option with a little bit faster firing gun so that you could really enjoy gunboating a little bit in this DD. But, you know, look at the hydro, man. I saw all these torps coming from this Fubuki division. They were trying to work together, trying to keep each other alive. And, you know, you can't blame them. You can't hate them for doing what they do. But luckily, the guns are good enough against two Fubukis and a couple other ships to actually kill something. But again, look at the performance. You're seeing what I'm seeing. A lot of people were saying, you know, maybe I needed to be shooting AP, but I've heard that the AP is not going to be that great. I'm just going to overpen the shit out of them. I'd rather start fires and knock out modules. I'd rather do that than just overpen in hopes of one or two really nice AP penetrations. You know, I take out the one Fubuki, I still got the other one, he's over there in smoke, I start to charge him, I get him to pop up because I chase him out of smoke, he knew my torps were coming, and again, you know, the guns are not the most accurate things in the world, they're a little wonky, decent firing arcs though, decent speed on the shells. They're not bad guns. They could be so much better. If they would knock about a half a second off the reload, I think these guns would be really, really viable, and I think you would start being able to really use them. You only have, you know, 4 shells at once if you can get the wonky firing angles to give you a chance to shoot all 4 of them. And if you have to maneuver, you end up stuck with just your bow turret, but luckily they did put a double gun bow turret on it, and it does, you know, at least you're shooting 2 shells instead of 1. It's about all I can say about the guns. You're seeing what I'm seeing, you're seeing them perform, they're doing what they do, you know what I mean? I was able to take out 2 Fubukis with about half of my health left. Meh, I'll take it, I'll take it. And to show these guns performing again, this is where another game where I was lucky enough to ambush a CV. And with the 150 millimeters with Demo Expert, I'm able to do some decent damage to this CV. There was a guy on our team who was telling me to shoot AP. He was going, shoot AP, shoot AP. And I just don't see the performance from the AP that I would like to. I'm getting bounces, I'm getting shatters, and you can see with the 150 millimeter caliber of these guns, even with HE, I'm able to Citadel this CV. And I end up getting several Citadels. I'm speeding this up because how slow these guns fire, it's almost like you're watching a game in slow motion. But you're not, and you're able to see that this CV does come after me. I do end up shooting down a couple planes. Nothing major, you know what I mean? Again, you're not going to eat up squadrons with this AA. I did have it AA spec'd for the first few games, and again, it's good on catapult fighters, it's good on spotter aircraft, but you're not going to be eating any squadrons. Maybe if you're top tier and you got tier 5, you know, CVs, you might be eating up some of those squadrons a little bit, but with the range, you're just not getting a whole lot of work from them. You're just not. I'm finding HE to be just as viable as anything else. I haven't had an occasion to see the AP really work. And this is an example of why I stopped using AP in this boat. I thought that this was going to be something amazing. I thought I was going to have some amazing things happening, all kinds of citadels. Look at this. We've got a broadside Fiji at about 8 kilometers. So, of course, I switched to AP. And, yeah, I mean, no citadel, no penetration, another salvo, nothing. I mean, this is your AP. This is what everybody's saying. Oh, Germans, let's shoot our AP, AP, AP. Oh, that AP is so awesome. 150 millimeter AP. Look at how great it does. I mean, what do you guys think? Because I shot, what, 4 or 5 salvos at this guy and was just like, I got a pen. Oh, my God, I got a pen. Look at all that damage I'm doing with this AP. It's just so amazing. I just got frustrated and said, screw it. He's sitting there. I'll throw some torps at him and switch to HE because there's nothing. My AP's doing nothing on a broadside Fiji. So no citadels, no major pens, no major damage. I ended up starting to fire and killing that guy with a torp. And let's talk about the torps, guys. We love the torps, right? We all love the torp shit because we're DDs and that's the most fun. The torps are torps. The torps do what torps do. 8.5 kilometer range, 65 knots. If you hit some torps, they cause good flooding a lot. You can see I liquidated that fucker. Woo! I had 3 battleships pushing our cap, and I was holding them back with everything I had, just torping the shit out of them. You do have a nice fast reload. You're able to throw torpedoes out quite rapidly at 81-second reload. and they move fast enough. Their range is long enough where you can stealth torp and stay away from people. But you know, they're torps. There's nothing else I can say, and I'm not going to spend half of this video just showing replays of torps hitting ships, because we all know what torps do, we all know how they work, and we all know how great they can be when they want to be great. And I've had a lot of fun with this boat. I'm not going to say it's the greatest premium I've ever bought. I feel like there's a learning curve. I feel like I need to change up my play style a little bit and kind of make the Z-39 work for me a little better than I have, to stop focusing on wanting to use it as a gunboat and use it primarily as a torp boat. And I think I'm going to see some really good games coming up. I've had a couple good games, but out of the 12 games I've played, I only had 2 over 100K. And again, you know, you're not going to dodge. Boop, boop. That was a fair trade. Fuck it, you know. Torps do what torps do, kids. And this is my stats. After 12 games, I had a 58% win rate, averaging experience 1667, a 1.38 kill-death ratio. Nothing special, you know. It does work when it wants to work. You can see I had a 100K game there and a 132,000 damage game there. That's the one where I got like 10 torpedo hits. It works. It's a good DD. It's not a great DD. It's not an OP DD. It's not a DD that's just going to fricking come into the game and break tier 7. It's good. I like it. I don't feel like I wasted my money. I'm enjoying the ship. But it's not the most highly recommended ship that I could say, you know, everybody needs to run out and snatch this up before they jerk it out of the premium shop, because it's just that great. But you're going to have some fun in it. You're going to enjoy it. Play it, love it, own it. You're not going to hate yourself for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Send me your fails, your wins, your replays, anything you want to send me to moreplays@gmail.com. Nothing but love from Mo to you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your others. We'll see you out there in the seas, kids, and we will talk to you soon.